This is Siren Buddha Medicine, Regina's Rabbit Hole, and we're talking about dimensions, and I am with speaking with wisdom.
The theories, right? The theories of dimension. The theories of dimension could be one's own interpretation of where one want to go, because no one has ever went into a physical dimension. Now we're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I didn't go to physical," but then you tell your mind that I've been there. So you have to show and prove that. How can you videotape? Oh, you mean I close my eyes and I'm wherever I want to be? Those are dimensions. People on here on Earth. Have you ever been off planet Earth? You have a group. You say, "Yeah, I've been on Earth the other day. I was over here in Spain chilling." Yeah, my man. Bullshit. Now one can say in the mind that's cool, but if one market say you crazy, they got people in the crazy house market. They say what they say, but to them that's what it is.
They're astral traveling. They believe it was there.
But astral travel, you got to look at where the astral travel come. And I guarantee you, the Europeans and those who have something to do, black people ain't coming no astral. We already knew what it was. We didn't know, we had no astral nothing. We already knew what it was. Chemicals. We knew about weaponry. Everything we knew. We knew the law was do not touch that. Those who didn't know and still don't know are very curious. Now you have people, especially our people who are looking at my DNA. Where the hell DNA come from? Since they were talking about take the J off, where did the DNA come from? And I guarantee you, it has not come from us. That DNA is bullshit. The way the blood rolls and the way the blood flow is factual, for the most part. We all have our own theories. But theories are just an idea. Theories doesn't prove anything. Theories are nothing but dimensions, like one said.
Well, we're talking about astral travel, and that's a state of mind and a matter of perception that, some people believe that could be done because they're into that. They've done their research, they've had experiences, and so they believe that they can astral travel. Other people say that they've had outer body experiences. Some people have even had near-death experiences. It's a state of mind. Some people even say that their DNA is what helps to activate astral travel, or during dreaming, or even an awaking state, able to meditate. Even if you look at the Buddhist monks and the yogis, how they bring themselves to another place in their state of mind. So quantum is really being in multiple states at once, multiple spaces at once, because time is not actually time, it's space. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we can look at what we're looking at is a band of space, a span of space. You're looking at the space when you were a child and your mother was here. We're looking at the space when our children were small. We're looking at the space that could possibly happen 20 to 50 years from now.
Right.
That's quantum thinking. And what do they say? Spiritually, if you can imagine stuff, even this is biblical, think for, therefore you have already done it. Spiritually speaking, if you keep meditating on something and contemplating on something, that's why there's premeditated murder is more advanced than spontaneous rage, where you just, lose it and kill someone because you've spent the time to contemplate it. They say even things like dream boarding. So these are all quantum. This is quantum thinking, and it all starts with a thought, right?
Where did it come from? What this particular quantum thinking?
It came from our ancestors. It came from the cosmic egg.
If it came from, once again, if it did, that again would be arguable, and it wouldn't be anything biblical. I mean, in sense of there's good and evil. So if you're talking about astral projection and so on and so forth, is it good or evil? You understand? Man has already proven that he can't handle certain things. One of the biggest things he can't handle, his own emotions. He can't handle sex, which is right now is the big pinnacle of everything. Because the way to violate any human being is just continue to how can I say, violate the sexual space. Once you do, that's how people get control to think the way they are, because we've been raped of a knowledge of self, and now a couple of people think they got it. but from what we all see, we know we not. It don't even seem like we even close to it. All we can see is that some things are happening that's moving towards this little black book that people are trying to get a grip on, and it's only for a certain amount of people. Do other people know? They know. They do. They fall back and say, "You know what? You're right." But what what's dominate has done was took a chosen people and convinced a very small portion of them that this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And the facts are what we see. Because if a cat say, I can go here, well, go in and get that $1 million, or go in and get this right, you ask suggestion for self. So then that's an individual. And so what we deal with in what I'm seeing and observing, we deal with individualism. Individual, I got mine, you gotta get yours. So if one see that individualism grow to a certain point, it becomes like the preacher in the pulpit.
Well, if I could bring that back to quantum, to quantum thinking, when we pan in and focus in on something like that, it's like an oversaturation. It becomes like a greed. It becomes part of that, an overexertion of an energy. So we become polarized. So that's not quantum. That's stagnate. Quantum is more like being able to think or having these different states of minds. And the way that I mean that is like our thoughts is perception and coming from the dark matter, this egg of chaos, right? So quantum would be like the unknown variables moving into the known variables. And the egg of chaos is what was, what is, and what could possibly be, and all there ever was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And thought, how they were saying if you've thought it, because all the sexual energy and stuff that's being, it's the dark matter, the dark energy is also sexual energy. It's the unknown Kundalini energy. It's a premortal force energy.
It's not good.
Well, no, let's just say, how is money good or bad? It depends on the way you use it,
That's
right?
Fine. Yeah, you can say that, but in the terms of how you saying Kundalini, you must go into the origins of words and say where that comes from to my ancestors. Those are the ancestors that you talking about, guys, in our situation where we done been beat, not raw knowledge of self, women running around half naked, black body, men running around gay as hell. I mean, these right here theories that you're talking about, you must go right back into the origins of, and I guarantee you, DNA, quantum physics, go right back into that which is ruling the ruling class right now, who try to sophisticate it. And then when a black person is saying, well, I have this education, here I am. No. The education really is done like everything. Like, I'm working out, right? I'm working with a population. There's no hope for them. But yet, as a system, there's designing these different things,
Makes money off of it.
And right, but it's actually getting worse than getting better. So the more that the system try to build up, the more that it destroys. So it's evident that some things are going to happen.
See, what they do, right? Some of these systems think 100 years, 50 years, 20 years in advance in order to break down. They utilize things on multiple levels. So they're utilizing places that are supposed to be helpful, like these methadone clinics and stuff. When, what is methadone? You see what it's doing to people's bodies and their minds.
They love it. The quantum physics now, if person is using quantum physics, but dangerous for no damn good. Because if you can do all that, then go make it happen. Be Robin Hood. Go rob from the rich and give it to the poor. If you use your quantum physics for yourself.
Well, drugs.
I'm just saying, quantum physics, it's a good topic to talk about, but overall, does it help? You know what I'm saying? What
Well, it
good is
depends
learning?
on what you're talking about.
Okay, so in the situation, confidence, how can it advance?
Okay, let me answer that. In this case, it helps us get a broader perspective. It helps me, people like myself, get a broader perspective on what is happening. Okay, we can talk about quantum physics in regards of only looking at possible things in the future. Okay, and we can look at quantum physics in regards to the way things move. We're talking about the way things move. And so some of us know that thoughts are light forms, and light forms are energy, and that there's a movement and shapes to these thought forms, that they're actual living beings. Knowing that is important to be able to define spiritual energy, because we can look into it, right? So like you were saying, astral travel. Take, for instance, the Bible is a tool that seems to have traveled through time. It's speaking of things that are supposed to happen in the future, and it came from the past, and those things are still unfolding right now. And you talk about gays, transvestites and stuff like that. All those things, this is a time of revelation. According to the Bible, those things are unfolding right now. It's like an astral travel right there, right?
What's happening now was happening from the beginning. Like when the corruption came in. Until now, but now the Bible's a big story, and it's talking about right now. Speaking about a chosen people who has been selected if we would have took our place, this right, none of the stuff would have been happening. It would have been a beautiful place. There would have been homelessness or hunger or murder or killing or all this sexual stuff. Now so. If you ask her that, if I want to get some booty, let me ask her to go to this funeral career.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. According to the Bible, even we broke the laws, right? We weren't obeying the laws, and there's a lot of sexual dysfunction and stuff. And remember the god Happy? Associate the Egyptian gods, and so you don't like all that sexual perversion and stuff that you said happened, right?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you.
Let me finish my statement.
Sure.
What I'm saying is that the things that happened then that we're studying are actually unfolding and still happening now. So it's the same.
Everything repeats itself.
The same indiscrepancies that we had then are the same indiscrepancies we have right now.
You can be right to a certain extent.
So we blame it on somebody else, but it's actually stuff that they took. We're blaming it on another culture, but actually it's something that came from our culture.
It came
from ancient times.
They abstracted what they can, but they don't have the tenacity. They don't have that mind. They just don't. They different from. Even though we're human, we're totally different. You put a white person and a black person there, each one of us will be different.
But the quantum lesson in that for us as a people to look at that, right, would be to accept responsibility for our own actions and fix that, right? Wouldn't it? So in that way.
No, at this particular time, it wouldn't be that. What it would be? It would be. Excuse me.
It's okay. So on multiple levels, at different spaces and time, we can learn lessons. Not just as far as history is concerned, but even looking at science and cultures. We can learn a lot from looking at multiple levels, multiple dimensions, and multiple layers and levels and aspects of things.
It's a part of science.
Exactly.
So science has never really been proven. Science is just to know there's two things there, and you need to leave well enough alone. See, the chosen people are
some people are allowed to feel that way.
The thing, if it's not broken, leave it alone. Why would you want to go out into outer space, go farther out there? You're gonna get, and then you can't do it. Why are you messing with stuff you got no business? Be happy and. If you can go beyond in its natural capacity, then do so. But why be so curious? Why you want to open the brain up and do what people shocking people doing all these different things, And when you go back into the Egyptians are the same. The Egyptian ways are the same as those people have learned from them. The other nations learned how to do it. They learned from the Egyptians.
See,
they're the first people. If I can finish. Mm-hmm. Those people right there were the first. So how can we be those people? When you take on those particular traditions, if you go into Nimrod, you go into the Bible, Nimrod, those customs are going on today with Baphomet, and you keep talking about, what's the other one? Which ones do those gods you keep talking about? Khufu, the goat. All those did not come from.
That's Jesus,
Nimrod.
Osiris, Jesus.
No.
Yes, it is.
You cannot. And I'm telling you from the Bible now, I don't want to get out of it. And if you say so,
you can get out of it.
I'm not getting upset. I'm just telling you, you don't have to. You keep saying that. But though we don't go, you don't recognize, you recognize Yah or, the J. Everybody recognizes Jesus because the language changed, of course it changed. That's how you recognize
the symbology was here before the religion was. And
we had established that people were here before, baby. Didn't we?
there were also different beings here before us not had humans. Just straight up, I mean, not human in the way we present ourselves now. Yes, it has. There's actually archaeological evidence.
The facts that those petite people, those smart ones, they have made false things. They made
if you can even look at the hieroglyphs and the pictures and the documented. The recording of these beings on the walls and stuff that were engraved in Kemet and in different places around the whole world, even Moorish history, Egyptian, Kemet.
Moorish only means black. Let's get
exactly.
Once you get Moorish,
I'm just answering the question.
Right, but what I'm saying is when people say when they think like it's a whole other people, no, it means black. That's all it means.
Yes. Okay, so now you know what it means. Hey, it's cool.
Right. The etymology of words, when you say something, look at the origins. All you gotta do go back to the origins. When you go DNA and all this, where did that originated from? That's not part of the Israelite culture. Those things were developed when people keep messing and stuff and meddling and stuff, doing witchcraft and stuff.
Well, no, it's not witchcraft. This quantum theories came from then. And there is no outer. Some of us believe there isn't really no outer space, right? In the way that it's presented to us, witchcraft? It's more so inner space.
Okay, so what is witchcraft?
Witchcraft is actually defined by a person's perception. Okay.
Witchcraft is nothing but
trickery. And how they look at science.
It's trickery
and how they look at nature. Okay, there is witchcraft, but there's people who are doing science and nature on a spiritual level that has nothing to do with witchcraft, like trying to strike back at something or control people in a counterproductive way or do anything negative. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Like you get this Aleister Crowley, or you get how they're using witchcraft to control the population with music, black magic, what they're doing, that kind of stuff. Okay,
if you get quality in thought. Witchcraft because it's supposed to be natural. You're supposed to think of things only good because the evil is of the world.
But remember, they hung people that were healers and said it was witchcraft.
But
because they were fearful.
Those people some people can actually naturally move things by nature. It doesn't mean there's just a natural gift that they have. You can use it for good. It says the book says that every good gift comes from God. And if you don't believe it, test it. And if it comes out good, it is. So prove to me where astrophysics has been good for us as a people, because it's all about a people. If you go on individual, then I hear you. Because most of the questions, if you're on an individual plane, then nobody can read central. I'm not. I think about my people because I see what's happening, and when I see when I see a woman and she's dressing like 1972 prostitute, right? Because that's true, right? Is it? When you look at the woman of today, don't she like the hooker back from 1970s, right? She had the short pants on, the Gucci mama, better not send it to her, because now that's the way, right? That has been developed. When you see the man, sometimes you see the man now, their pants be so freaking tight, you can actually see the man's hips, right? We're on a line here.
No, I'm listening, but I don't agree.
Oh, okay. So you're not saying that the effeminate quality of the male is not higher, and now the masculinity of the man is not evident?
Yes, I do. But the times have changed, so perception has changed, and even if you, see, that's where I'm saying the quantum thinking is kind of, this is where it gets weird.
It's chaos.
Let me prove my point. Yes, exactly. Where we're going to the egg of chaos and stuff coming from the darkness and the light. Let me say this, that the same stuff you're complaining about now,
I'm not complaining. I'm based on facts.
It was the same stuff that was going on then.
No.
Yes, it was. We was doing the same stuff then.
Was we flying to the moon? Do we have fuel? The time has changed. It has got modernized.
Ezekiel, wheels within wheels.
They was talking about the UFO.
Okay. We're talking about what the other prophet was going into the heavens and stuff.
No one's going nowhere until when he comes back to court judgment. You know what I'm saying? And a person give righteous judgment, or he can be hypocritical judgment, hypocrisy. So I live with hypocrisy. Because I'll tell you clearly what that Bible says from my perspective of being 56 years old and learning,
Enoch.
and all about, and it does not contain to that Bible. If it doesn't contain to the Bible, if it doesn't,
I just said Enoch.
Let's look at Enoch in the Bible. Show me Enoch in the Bible.
I'm asking you, isn't Enoch the one? Because we was both in that Bible hard at one time.
Listen, baby.
Isn't he the one that went up into the heavens?
No.
Who was called up into the heavens?
It was Moses, Elijah, and Moses. He said, "Let me build a church for each one." One was pulled up from the, I believe, don't quote me. I'm pretty sure it was him. But what I'm trying to tell you, what you're trying to do, which is impossible, is just take science and put it into the Bible. You can't do it.
No, what I was doing was coming up with an.
Oh,
actually, you can't put science in the Bible.
No, science is just to know. Science is just to know. Yeah, you're gonna go like that because I'm telling you what it is. Science
All right,
is
so
always.
then isn't it okay to know that some of the allegories and some of the things that people take
To be related.
some of the things that people take literally are actually figuratively and metaphors that lead to a higher science or a higher perception of thinking. They unfold like a spiral, like
trickery.
the Hebrew language.
But
it's not trickery. It's what and who we were is light code.
You keep saying, we were those things who you said.
It says light code. Language is light code.
Language always.
Every letter is a symbol. One letter is a symbol.
So let me
We're not thinking because remember, hon, our brains were shut down over a period of time. We're not thinking.
The brain shut down now.
My brain is not.
Your brain, so you're the only brain, so you're different.
No, well, there's some of us that are thinking on more of a quantum level or a spiral.
So let me ask
You're able to think on more than one segmented line of thinking.
You think that I don't because
I wasn't insulting you, and I wasn't saying that you don't. I'm just saying, as far as this is concerned, biblically, that the Bible, like Hebrew letters, is. Can spiral out to mean more than the literal saying.
So let me.
But also mean something poetic and flowery or more meaningful. And even beyond that, turn into something that means an alchemy, which turns into a science about your body and the very kundalini that you was upset about me talking about earlier. Your sexual energy, controlling
my
it.
sexual energy should not be a concern to my sexual energy that man cannot control. Man or woman cannot control.
That's not true.
Because if you take a woman and you just hold her down and stop playing with her, she's gonna come. She's gonna feel it. So they can't control it. Can you feel it through when you look at something that looks good to you? Can you control it?
It was a part of our culture at one time to control that
hold on,
energy.
Wait a minute, baby. Wait. Yeah, it was a part when you're under the laws. Because laws are going to be the only thing that today, everybody is lawless. You're lawless. I'm lawless. It's lawless. You keep trying to say sign. No, the Bible is specific. Speak to a specific people. Tells the people what they do and have allegories and speak about those and tell you what is to come, what is here, and what is past, what is to come, and it tells you presently what's going on.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you think that you can keep the law
Absolutely.
around the lawless? If you have a whole bunch of people that are lawless, can you keep the law?
Nah, if you're in them, you will.
Like the Wild Wild West kind of thing.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
You cannot. It says that either you cannot love your enemy. I mean, you either gonna hate your master or you're gonna love him. You're either gonna walk with him or you're not. There's no negotiate. There's no in betweens in that. You know what I'm saying? You get the same thing anybody else get. Either adhere to the laws and you love your brother and your sister as yourself. And then, of course, the given in you is going to obey whatever. You're not going to abhor any other strangers. That's why we walk somewhere, we walk in there, the people look at us like they're strangers. Yeah. And that's what they are. They are strangers. We're not strangers. He said, I will give you a reprobated mind. The mind is ready. You don't know. You believe in your plan. You're going to go deeper and deeper into that darkness. And you can stay. That's cool. I'm not. I hope that it will change because I have changed it. I've been on this right here for a little while. I just got to cross one more over, and I'm hoping that I'll do that real soon because right now I'm no better than the physical. I might as well be doing that, but there's another side of me that's a deepening, awakening. That's just what I don't have it. I don't know why I talk this way, but I know if I come out with it, it's going to be a problem. It's going to help, but it's going to be a problem.
In regards to quantum, what does that mean?
Quantum is a leap. You said the state of mind. It's just a leap into your thinking and taking it to a whole nother plane. But a quantum leap is like, okay, what is it really good? It's got to be a person that just really don't have anything to do and just say, hey, you know what? I want to get into the mind and deeper in the mind and deeper and deeper and deeper. You know what? Now I'm over here in Spain. I'm in Alaska. I'm here. But the thing about it, when you look at it, you say, all right, that's cool. Theory, you want to play with that. How does it help? people out preaching and practicing this when we need to just stop. Once again, did you lie today?
Well, the government has something called remote viewing. Okay, and they can actually put some numbers down and have someone else that's trained to, without judging themselves or inhibiting thought, go into somebody else's house or areas and stuff and actually screen what's going on there and draw pictures and record it back.
But who has the time to do that madness?
Excuse me. The government has been using this technique.
The government knows no good though. We know that.
Right, but what I'm saying is, so that's quantum. That's astral travel. That's a form of astral travel.
So you're saying the government manipulating the mind is that's a mind control. So you're saying astral projection is a mind control? Is that what you're saying?
They use that as a form of spying.
So are you saying that's astral projection?
Sort of. Yes.
It doesn't seem, because astral seems that you close your eyes and you go someplace else. Basically, in a nutshell, close your mind and go into another dimension, so to speak.
So, but I'm saying that's evidence that it's real. The government is using it for a technique.
No, that's not what you said. You said the government is mind control, not MK is what you're talking about. You're not talking about astral projection. There's another whole level of it.
Right. I wasn't talking about the MK.
Okay, so you said the government right now is doing what?
I can't remember the name of it. I just forgot the name of it really quick.
You said, and they're doing
remote viewing. Okay,
all right, so,
is the name of it.
So
remote viewing.
Okay,
that's
so
the name.
remote viewing is what?
Told you.
It makes you go into your mind and the remote that you view something in your mind.
No, remote viewing is something that the government is using as a means to spy on the population and the whole world.
They've been doing that though.
Okay, but you just asked me what it was. So do you know what it is, or are you going to say they've been doing it?
I don't know.
Remote viewing.
Right. I don't know about that, but I know they got satellites that from the moon you see that come down right into your house and do all type of stuff. We know that's why we said the times are modern. That's why we know that the self-destruction is going to come, because the chemicals cannot take them where it has to. Boom. And
without technology. Now, see that's weird too. Now, one, they could use technology. We know that they're still in the creator's gifts with technology, but the other one is organic. It's an organic technology where you just train your mind to do it, and you can go there with your mind. I'm not talking about satellites. This remote viewing. Without satellites.
You ever seen David Copperfield?
Yeah, baby.
Okay. We know he's the great engineer. Walking through the walls, all an illusion. That's what that is. It's an illusion. Like you think it's right there to go
remote viewing, you think is an illusion.
I'm saying
without looking it up, without studying it and see what it is.
Why would I listen? Right. If I have to, I'm hearing what you're saying. And it's just so much. Because you get into that. What about other things that help? Because you get into their stuff and you lose yourself.
See, you can't get off of the ground. You can't fly. You can't soar. You can't dream. You can't think if you're not willing to fly.
That's not true. When we talked today, and I tell you about this right here, that I was soaring and flying and going.
It's in a particular realm of thought, right?
Was that a particular realm of thought that I had?
I mean, it's still thought. It's still soaring in a particular realm. That's why I said.
I did exactly what you said. And you got the thing right there. I did exactly what you said. I thought, and I came and I said, we can get ahead and we can get this problem. We can do this. We can do that. We can do this. Those were thoughts. It was soaring. It was flying. That's what it was.
Right.
It
within one area, right? But we can move only within one area, right?
I see myself doing it with the kids and everything. I was there doing it.
Right.
So that's what you're talking about. Astral. The thought of you there. I'm there. I'm like, what color I got on?
No, that's not astral travel, but that is quantum thinking, because you're seeing into the future.
Similar. Right.
It's similar, but not the same.
But it's bullshit. And what I'm saying is, every dream can come true. We know that. Because if we say, if I get $1 million, my dream came true. So we know that. So you want to say a dream is astral projecting? Because when I go to sleep, I astral project.
It's not the same.
Oh, okay. So who said that? Did we say that? Or did I slave
These
master?
are things that came from our ancient past.
No, that's not. I won't believe that. I believe that the ancients, ones that was there, were mummifying themselves, so they wanted to live forever. But those particular ones, those kingdom, the royal priesthood, what about all them slaves? Of course, they was going into all kind of devious behaviors and stuff like that.
Like
we know
I said,
those are not our ancestors.
It seems like the things from our past is what caught up to us here. during this time of revelation, this time of awakening, we're waking up to the fact, some of us are waking up to the fact that we were there in the past. We have memories, we're waking up to ancient memories and stuff like that.
You know what? No, that's why, what...
Some people believe they can wake up parts of their DNA.
Some people think they're a dog. Some people think they're a cat.
Some people think they're dogs and cats.
And they eat dog food and everything.
Some people think they're brilliant and they're really not.
That's right.
What do they say? Crazy people think they're sane. And that's how you know they're crazy. So it's all in the eyes of the beholder.
This is what I don't do. For me, I'm not going to that particular person. I ain't going to Joe Brothers because you're bullshit. Because if you're doing that, get together and stop making some shit happen. When somebody get killed, get your ass up and out of there because you're on the. It's your duty now because you up there. So if anything happened to us, we're out there handling that business. Come together and get it started. There's no. You want your individual success. That's what you want. You want individual success. Yeah, cut it off. You want individual success. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about in general. That's why I'm not on no damn YouTube. I want to talk about. I'm talking about. Well, let's help each other. Everybody on here. We all up here. Let's help each other. Get the fuck out of here. Who want to hear? You're about you're into 15 minutes of fame, looking at yourself, narcissistic behavior. Let's keep it real. And you want some pussy and you want some dick. Or you want dick or pussy. It's a fact. Those are facts.
See, that's what I mean about thinking within one realm of thought. With a certain type of mentality. We can do this in many ways. We can talk about one particular area of thought, like just sex or just hip hop or music. We can polarize ourselves within the thought, or we can just think all of us are the same and only looking at life from that pivotal point where every time you interact with people, it's got to be from an area of sex. And that way, where it's the lowest form of looking at one another, you know what I'm saying?
Let's get real. Isn't that great to see a figure on TV by that you like or you feel some kind of way? I'm glad that you're not asking for the arousal of seeing just some pussy.
Actually, no, it doesn't
what I'm
anymore.
Saying,
I need to be able to have a conversation with them. It's a different kind of spark that happens for me than that part, and that's just being wired different. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why not all of us are wired the same. Some people, that's all it takes is a glance. They say, shoot, when gay men see each other, all it takes is a couple of seconds, and they know right away that it's time. But I think that's a stereotypical lie, because if it's about love, then love can't be about looking at each other for 3 seconds, and that's it. Right, that's lust. That's not love.
If a person have done it, once again, if one understands and knows, there's laws to this shit, and nobody want to talk about it. And this right here, there's a law. You drive, you go to jail. You hit somebody, you go to jail. You steal something, you go to jail. You murder, you go to jail. You take the pussy around, it's laws.
There's laws to quantum physics. There's laws to everything. There's universal laws.
There's no laws. Well, we think that we can just do all this shit. No, we can't. We have no right to do certain things.
Exactly.
We have no right to open certain doors.
Right.
We have no right to even be exposed like that, but exposing our mind to understanding once again.
No, I believe that people should know, like, the Creator will call you for where you're supposed to be at.
No,
there's certain realms
Excuse
me. There's certain realms that I don't belong in. Okay.
How do you know?
Because I know that I don't vibe well there, and it's not a true read for me. In my heart, I know that I don't belong there. And then there's other areas where I thrive, and our Creator calls me, beckons me. I'm thirsty for the information. I enjoy being there. I enjoy talking about it, and that's all that I just, you know what I'm saying?
Have you always done that, though? Think about
for certain things, yes.
Okay, so what's different now? You're older, mature. Now, but when you look at the other, is it really working? So we gotta know, unless you know, is there consequences for your actions?
They say every good gift comes from God, right? So you can't fake that.
So if every good gift comes from God, we're talking about overall understanding and taking responsibility.
I'm a good gift, baby. A good gift.
You have to say.
Okay.
You have to say. You have
I'm a
to
good
say,
gift.
You have to say, are you truly to thy own self be true? And if I take a self-evaluation...
I aim to be a good gift to our Creator before anything else.
It might just be your
so
Creator.
So I know that I'm a good gift. No, it's our Creator.
I don't agree with your Creator.
Yeah,
so you cannot make
even
me.
if you don't know it.
Okay, right.
You're breathing the same air.
I understand.
And you're eating the same food.
And that's what Allah
said. And
said.
so you've been a very good example for me.
Good.
You know?
Absolutely.
It's quantum thinking. You're my exact
so that's your Bible
opposite.
Or part of your Bible? Because the Bible
is the Bible, and I appreciate the Bible.
Right.
This is a different message from
out
that can be verified by other spiritual books. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a lot of books they put out that does not heal our community. When we look at our community, homelessness, you talking about this, actually, it's cool again. But imagine if that particular energy you had was put towards X, Y, and Z. That say we're gonna make it happen. That's how. Like if I'm not doing, I'm really like if you see me, I'm not doing anything. So I don't give a fuck. It's like I see what the fuck I'm trying to, and hopefully, put me in that place where I can stop some of those misbehaviors that I have and trying to say, I'm not misbehaving, actually I am misbehaving. How do you know? Because they got, so did they sell them souls? You know what I'm saying? And it says, do us as a people, have we sold ourselves? When we get a certain age, the kid, they grown, go they get some titties and ass, and they go, what, are you serious? Mm-hmm. It's like, it's seeming in a quantum, and we're talking about quantum, that shit like a serious quantum leap for us. We're running away from ourselves.
Well, not everybody is thinking on that part. I'm here to catch those people who are past that phase and thinking somewhere else on the solution. That's into the future for some of us.
But if you think about it,
this is my way of coping. Okay. My way of coping is to focus individually is to focus in on the medicine and how can I convey my tools that I feel worked for me to other people. It's like that's my medicine is to focus in on the being mutually beneficial.
If being sexually promiscuous, not in the act of having physical sex, but mental sex, is that permissible?
I take and I channel my sexual energy into other forms of being.
But the sex is one being, your pool, no one else's. And it should, and I'm not saying, I'm just
that's
saying
right. It belongs to me, and I take my sexual energy and I share it with my Creator.
Okay, so why would you have to share with the Creator when He made you? He created you. Why would you have to share it with Him?
It's the cosmic egg. It's dark matter energy. It's the mysterious energy, and it belongs. It comes from nowhere, just like sperm and egg. And the spark that came from beyond and came from nowhere and was ignited with your mother and father.
No, it came. The sperm came from somewhere.
No, I said the ignition, the light force that ignites. Now, sperm and egg on its own don't do nothing. And you need the egg. You need the cosmic egg that has the spark from beyond. The light force, the light code force.
Right.
And sperm by itself. We're talking quantum. Sperm by itself has a measure of light, and so does the egg. So you're talking about both of them.
So what are you saying?
Cosmic light.
Okay.
The light from beyond the dark matter energy. The Kundalini energy is the spark.
But what I'm saying is, in that what's called, it doesn't. The sense to say, okay, so that light makes this light in the sperm. Okay, because you put a microscope to anything, it's going to bring light to it. It's going to be green, yellow, going to be all kind of lights.
All right, so then it's there then, right? Regardless, it's still there, right?
Right, so, but it's trying to make it really sound intelligent. It's like, okay, that's intelligent. But if you put a light on it, all is going to have light. If you go into the inside, all is going to be
light stays light.
Right. So what I'm saying
is the darkness comprehends it not. Yeah. And the reason why darkness comprehends the light not is because it has not transcended.
It says the light shining from the darkness comprehended not.
Right. And why can't it comprehend the light?
Because it doesn't understand it.
Exactly.
Right, because it doesn't go
together.
So
you keep saying I don't understand, and that's alchemical. That's a measure of non-comprehension.
But what I'm saying
that's scientific.
It's witchcraft.
No,
because when you go into
that's truth.
All right, okay, it's truth.
And we can't keep calling truth witchcraft because we want to be angry at it. That's not going to work, and that's where we are right now in regards to waking up and the revelation of it.
So we have many different.
They segmented our sciences. We're spiritual sciences.
Can witchcraft heal us, or that particular what you're talking about?
I don't know. I don't do witchcraft.
Okay,
you have to ask
so
somebody
let's
who
not-
does
listen,
that.
so
You know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying
If it's
is
going to help you, bada bing,
that-
bada boom.
So
know what
you
I'm saying?
said individual.
I'm
so
a
what
light
you're-
worker, you know what I'm
So
saying?
what you're saying with you is this
Bam.
individual, and our black people, they are doing it. They out of their damn minds. And seemingly, they just up there, oh yeah, you know, and say, okay, meanwhile, the baby's starving, the crackhead over here, and the rapist over here, and the person that hates himself there, they killing. Where's up? You don't want to.
Well, my love,
Well, you listen. What I'm
we
saying
can't help everybody.
Well, what I'm saying, and that's
We're only trying to help those
that's all
people
I'm
who
saying.
have their glasses on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then your brothers, just because they probably went to school, they just naturally know how to learn stuff. They want to go and talk something that the problem is that which is in power teaches you stuff that you know.
You can't learn it if you don't want to know it.
Well, when you get a whole bunch of people and two of them are naturally gifted and the rest of them are not so smart, you understand what I'm saying?
Should the naturally
Then-
gifted shut up and let the other ones that are not naturally smart feel good about themselves?
Absolutely, the gifted should only teach where they build it up because it's not them; they just don't know. And then and if you don't, so you couldn't start like. What the fuck you
Don't
talking
make
about?
anybody feel insecure like they don't know anything.
Not
right?
at all. Not at all.
Just keep your mouth shut.
I just don't think like for me when you say something I'm gonna know because been there done. So you say quantum, you're talking about light, and you're talking about. I pretty much have an idea.
Great.
Someone that doesn't, they be like, what the fuck you, and really feel insulted. I don't feel insulted. It's like cool, but I have to go and stick because
I
I
thought
don't
you was
want to
gonna
go
beat
with
that
vain-
sofa up for a second, but it's okay.
That's what men do though.
Okay.
I mean, men like me and that don't understand. It's not about that. It's like okay, and you have done what
It's
you
okay.
do. Yeah, absolutely.
And can we end this segment?
Whatever you could have been in.
This is good.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. This is Regina's Rabbit Hole and Siren Buddha Medicine speaking with wisdom. Much love
I ain't
to
wisdom no more. I just know.
Oh my gosh. Much love to you and yours. Keep it quantum. Keep it light.
Yeah, she done got something.
Keep it
new.
real.
And somebody gonna say something. They gonna say, "Hick it through, Badu." You know about hick it through? Badu?
All
All I
right.
gotta do.
I'm out.
Listen.